My name is Carlos.
And my name's Denise.
My name's Indy.
My name's Mike.
My name is Jim.
And I'm Amanda.
Hello everyone, my name is Justin Mabe, and I wanted to tell everyone that buying an Apple over a PC might be the best decision that you can make when coming to get a computer. When getting a computer, everyone wants simplicity. Not everyone has the know-how or experience to write programs for an operating system or run multiple applications. According to Apple Matters, whether it's the design of the machine, the functionality of the OS, or the ease of use of the online ordering, Apple understands simplicity. When deciding on a computer, we must ask ourselves several questions. Is this computer perform the functions that we want it to perform? Is it easy to use? And is the software compatible for the operating system I've chosen? These are some very difficult questions. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get rid of that whole entire process altogether? The answer is if you want a machine that is long-lasting and top-of-the-line performance, look no further. Get an Apple. I used to work at CompUSA as a technician, and I used to get dozens of PCs in every day with multiple problems. I used to feel really bad for the people because these problems were just unreasonable. For every 20 PCs I would get in, I might see one Apple over the service counter. I will show everyone that regardless of what they use a computer for, that Apple's user-friendly system is the best choice for a computer. Now let's start out by comparing PC hardware versus Apple hardware. The number one reason PCs fail is because they have cheap parts. The manufacturers go out and find these companies that have cheap parts. They buy them from different people. So you might have a motherboard from one company, a keyboard from this company, and maybe a hard drive from another company. When all these parts are put together from different companies, the failure rate is incredibly high. Let me give you an example. If you take 6 jigsaw puzzles and you put them all together and you mix them all up, it's kind of hard to get a cohesive picture. You might get a picture, but the result is one really bad mess. Imagine if you had one puzzle and you put it all together, all the pieces fit, and you get a beautiful picture. This clear picture is Apple. And Apple's hardware is made for Apple and designed by Apple. You might ask yourself, what does that all mean? It means a long-lasting functioning machine. When the hardware complements each other, the machine runs better. You will get better performance out of your processor, more compatibility for your memory, and a longer lasting battery if you're using a notebook computer. Well, it doesn't matter you can have all the hardware in the world, but if you don't have the proper software to run with the hardware, you don't have a computer. On that note, let's contrast Apple's operating system versus the leading PC operating system, Microsoft Windows. But let me first ask everyone a question here. Is Microsoft Windows really user-friendly? I mean, seriously, if you have to do 15 different things to perform one task, that doesn't seem very friendly to me. With the countless amount of errors and blue screens and crashes, what does it take to upkeep this operating system? It seems like the operating system is built literally to deteriorate over time. And if this doesn't make you cringe, what happens when you get some sort of malware or malicious software? You might have a virus, adware, or spyware. Who knows? So what are we as people conditioned to do? We are conditioned to go out and buy antivirus software. We go out, we buy the antivirus software, we put it on our machine, we wipe out all the so-called viruses on our computer, and everything's okay, right? No. Most likely your machine is going to run just as slow as it did with the virus on it because it's using up all those system resources. So in all actuality, it's really more counterproductive. And what really is crazy is the list of malicious software for Windows is unending. Dr. Julian Satchel states that there are exactly 60,000 viruses for Windows that are widespread. Who really wants this mess? Let me tell you why you want Apple software. The Apple OS is the most user-friendly software I have ever encountered. It is made for virtually no upkeep on it, and the computer does what it's supposed to. The operating system runs effectively, efficiently, and long-lasting. You ask yourself, what do you need to protect your Apple computer? What kind of antivirus? The answer is none. There are no widespread viruses for a Mac OS, so you don't have to worry about that security threat. And what do you need for software compatibility? Will I be able to use my Windows programs on an Apple computer? The answer is yes, you would be able to use your software on an Apple computer with programs like Crossover and Parallels. You can literally use Windows-based applications on the desktop. Alright, even after all that, some people might still not be convinced. I understand that changing operating systems and using different software can be a daunting task, especially for the people that are already used to Microsoft's Windows. Well, now that Apple uses Intel-based processors, why not try both? I would like to show you a little demonstration real quick on how easy it is to switch back and forth between Windows and Apple OS on an Apple computer. Right here is my Apple MacBook. It's very simple. We turn the start button on. Computer comes on. We're going to press the Option key. Hold it down. And we have two operating systems right here. And basically you just click on one. It's simple. Very easy to do. You can choose between both operating systems. It's done. It's that easy. It looks a little complicated to do all that, right? Well, actually it isn't, thanks to Apple's Boot Camp utility. The Boot Camp utility does everything for you, including allocating the hard drive space and putting the OS on the computer. Basically, it's just one click of the button and you have both operating systems on your computer. It's a very effective tool. Another problem everybody might have is Apples are always very pricey computers. Well, according to the Mac Observer, as of last July, Apple computers are cheaper than leading manufacturers like Dell, Lenovo, HP. So after all this, I think the only thing you can tell from this is Apple is the way to go. After providing everyone with all of the info, it should be clear that Apples are clearly superior to PC. Most people use computers almost every day, so it's important to have a machine that is reliable as well as long-lasting. If you want to have these securities, go out and get an Apple. Apple Corp states that they both make the software and the hardware for their machines. Just as it should be. That's why people who buy Apples love Apples. This is why you must choose Apple. When it all comes down to is simplicity. Thank you.
Yay!